What's up, everybody? This is Murdic 3K. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you might be celebrating. Happy that. So today we are getting into another item I got for Christmas. This is what I got from my Secret Santa this year, something I put on my wish list, and it's one of those neat outdoor power banks that you see on Amazon. I've gotten into the outdoors, and oftentimes you need something to recharge a device, maybe even a light source, something that's fairly durable. And this looked to be durable, and we're going to take a look at it. We're not going to do any damage. Just I usually don't do those type of things because, again, these are my own items. They're not sent to me. They're either gifted to me from a friend, like during Christmas or my birthday, or I purchase them myself. If I ever do get something that somebody has provided for me for review, I will be sure to let you know it. And despite that, I'll always give fair and unbiased opinions. So, with that being said, let's get right into it. The box is very generic, simply says power bank. I will put in the description below exactly what power bank this is in Amazon, because this did come from my wish list that we send to our on our thing we do for Secret Santa. So I will pull that and I will put that in the description below. So let's get right into it. It's a no frills box. So we just basically open it up like so. There we go. Comes with the carabiner. Not a heavy duty. We just wanted to maybe link this to a tent or a backpack or something like that. Comes with a USB-C charging cable. And here's the device itself. It's picking up the lights I have in the, oh, and some instructions. Let's get that out of the way. Let's get this out of here. And this is the device itself. So just looking at it, what I believe is happening is that it is picking up the light from the lights I have here in the room. Has a little handle with a kind of a false leather strap there with a little cord attached for just slinging it around. Maybe attach that carabiner to it. Has little textured rubber grips around. Those are the lights. And this is the USB charging area. Let's get into that. Ouch. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get familiar. Let me see. Let's try something here before we jump into the instructions. I'm going to use this instruction manual. I'm curious why the lights are on. Oh, there is a power button, by the way, right here. So I haven't charged it yet, so I'm not going to really hit anything. I suspect it's solar charging, but I'm going to put that to the test. So I'm going to cover that. There you go. And you see the lights off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over the instructions, get familiar with it. You all talk amongst yourselves. We've gotten the device from the charger. We've given it the full 10 hours per instructions for charging. Now, the 10 hours, what I learned is from empty to bring this thing to full topping off is 10 hours. It takes 10 hours to charge this thing from empty. Solar, if you're charging this thing via solar panel, which is this thing right here, it's going to take you at least 8 days of bright sunlight to charge this thing by solar. So if you're thinking this is a product that, oh, I'm going to just throw it on the pack and by the end of the day, when I get on the end of the trail, it'll be charged up. No, it's not. Now, it'll definitely add to the power bank for sure, but if it's not going to charge you up significantly if it's going to take 8 full days. Again, nothing to sneeze at if you do need it and then it's an emergency and you happen to be in the middle of the woods and this is the only power you have and you keep this thing on a rock and pointed at the direction of the sun. Yes, it will give you a little energy. What you can do with that energy until it's filled up, who knows? You might be able to power up your cell phone. At the very minimum, you'll be able to use the flashlight on the device. And we're going to talk more about that in detail. So let's talk about the device. So right here we have the solar panel itself. This is where it collects the power from the sun and then the ambient light. As you see, the indicators blinking as if it's charging because it's picking up the lights in this room. Here we have the flashlights. These are two very bright LED flashlights. lining the LED flashlights and lining the device in that blue is a soft rubbery slash silicone material. It's textured here for grip as long and as well as the hard plastic casing. It's also textured to give you a little grip. Now this device is not waterproof. It is splash resistant and it can tolerate a little bit of rain. So if you happen to be hiking and it's on your pack and it's raining, I wouldn't worry too much about it getting wet. But if you're definitely going to be doing a creek crossing and you're going to be submerged, you would definitely want to stow this in a waterproof container. That being said, let's keep it rolling. Let's look at how we charge the device. So underneath this latch, which is let me get this out the way, very tight. It's not water sealed. It's just a little latch to protect from the elements such as dust, sand, and maybe even a little splash of rain. You have to get those nails under there. Earlier I had to use a key to get it off, but here we popped it off just fine. I think I'm loosening it up a little bit. You have your charging ports. So it says output 1, or it says out 1, out 2, and at the top in the middle with the micro B and the USB-C, it says input. And I have tried it for those who have the dual-sided USB-C cords. It will not reverse. It will drain the power out of your device and power it to this device is what will happen. So you must have a USB connector like, where's my device? There it is. If I can find here it is. So you have to have one of these, like this is the USB-C one end and then the USB charging port on the other, the typical one. You have to have one of these. And that's kind of an inconvenient, a little dated, right? Because a lot of devices now are going to the dual USB-C or at least USB-C and lightning cable chargers. And so this is the one for my Pixel. And as you see, it's dual USB-C. So originally out of the box, I wouldn't be able to use this with this power bank. And it's dating it. So there it is. So what we would do here, I would just simply plug it in. Make sure you have the orientation proper. There you go. Get that out the way. And then I'm going to plug in my phone. There you go. And it is charging. And there you go. So that's what it's going to do. Now, it's not a speedy charger by any means. Earlier, what I was doing with this when I plugged it in is at 70% now, but when I was messing with it earlier, it told me at 65% it was going to take me 50 minutes before it topped off. And by today's standards, that's a little slow. I have other power bricks that will charge a device a lot faster. This one's bleeding that power out slowly. Matter of fact, let's see if it hadn't told me yet. It takes a little while before the little calculations to catch up with it. At 70%, I imagine it's going to probably take 40 minutes if I had to guess. So we'll wait a little bit and see if if the computer will catch up. Going forward, what we're going to talk about now is another feature I forgot to mention. It has a compass, a little penny-sized compass on the back, a little dime-sized compass actually on the back. Now, I've messed around with this thing because I know from my location, due north is approximately that way. What this thing does, it kind of gives me readings all over. Just sitting right here when I was messing with it earlier, it was giving me readings this way, readings this way, readings this way, readings this way, all the different directions. So the lesson, what I'm trying to teach you is with devices like this, which is full of heavy metals, full of things that could very well throw off the orientation of a compass. When it comes down to your safety, your life, I would not rely so much on these little compasses, especially one seated in a device that probably has a lot of heavy and magnetic metals that could throw off the orientation of the compass. It's more of a gimmick than anything else. And so maybe if that compass was separate, I'm not saying a penny-sized compass couldn't be useful in an emergency situation, but I don't think this one very much would be. I think it would do more harm than good, especially if you were relying on it for some precise orientation. If you were trying to get to a place of safety, I would not rely on that. So let's see what else. Oh, the lights. So let's take a look at the lights. Here we have the power button, right? And this is how you just generally power it on. Now, if you just plug in the device, it's gonna send the charge automatically. The power button is for the lights. So if I just slightly long press, the lights are going to power on. These are two LEDs, very bright actually. And definitely, if you were in the woods, this would be sufficient to navigate around a campsite. I tap it again to send it in SOS. This is Morse code, SOS. And then I tap it again to send a strobe light effect. Now, a lot of people like, what's up with the strobe? So, to be honest, on a device like this, it's more of a gimmick than anything. I'm going to turn that off. Tap it again to cycle off. And you don't have to just tap that. You don't have to cycle through to turn it off. Let's say you can just go from here. If I power back on. I can go from here, long press, and it powers it right back off. So what I was saying is the strobe lighting effect. On a device like this, possibly a gimmick more so than anything. Strobe lighting, where you see this a lot, other than like kind of parties and stuff, on outdoor equipment, where I saw useful strobe lighting, well, you could use it possibly to get the attention if you were lost. Let's back it up. Before I say anything too harsh, you can use it to get the attention if you're lost. It could be a signal. That is a very good and practical use for strobe lighting. Generally, you see it on weapons lights for a disorienting target. So maybe you could frighten away an animal with strobe lighting. But yeah, as I think about it, for a person that's lost, this could be a very good. Oh, my phone's going off. Could be a very, very good way to signal somebody that you're in trouble. So that's that. Let's take a look and see if it's telling us. Oh, and there it was. So as you see here, if I can get this to focus, it says we have 76%, about 41 minutes of charging time. So it's keeping on track to what I thought earlier. So there it is. This is called the Suscell 30,000 milliamp hour power bank. I forgot the actual full name on it. There will be a link for this product in the description below. If it's a product you are interested in, feel free to click on that link and get yourself one. I think it comes in orange as well, maybe green too, whereas this one's the blue one. As always, if I actually would receive this as a gift because I put it on my wish list. My Secret Santa person got it, so I didn't. This was not gifted to me by the company. If that does happen, I will definitely let you guys know that. And even if I am, you would be amazed how many times I get contacted by these companies, these sellers on Amazon, and they will reach out and want you to do a review. What they really want you to do a lot of times is they want you to do a commercial for their product. So I have this little letter that I've drafted, and I always send them the letter. It's a very friendly letter, but it lets them know that I give fair and unbiased reviews. And if they're okay with that, then yeah, feel free to send the product that way. And if they want it back, include postage and I'll send it back to them as well. So that's how I roll. I'm not going to give you guys any fluff. If it's a product I like, I'm going to let you know it. If it's a product I don't like, I'm going to let you know that too. But as always, it's my opinion. So if you have a different opinion or a different experience with a different product, please let me know in the comments. I welcome that. As long as you guys keep it civil, I'm always welcome to hear somebody's experiences they've had with a product. So far, it's been, I haven't got a chance to put it through its paces, just messing around with it. I just got this thing for the holidays. And while it's probably dated, as I said earlier, any power is better than no power. And yeah, it'll be in my backpack when I hit the trails this spring and summer. So that's it. It's definitely a keeper for me, guys. And if it's something that you think you want to add to your inventory, what I would recommend is see if they have a more dated one that has some updated one that has maybe USB C output. That's the only recommendation I would have, and something that would charge a little faster as far as the output is concerned. But that's it, guys. Thank you guys as always for watching. Happy New Year. You guys be safe out there. Keep on watching, like and subscribe, and live the dream.